もう少し。何？そんなありえない。
Strong together. Cyberspace Vagina. Shall we begin your trip?
This way, darling. Memories are always worth saving to the cloud.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, yo!
This is it.
GM, let's go!
GM everyone and welcome to Sylvie Academy's The Inside Scoop featuring the 77-bit boss. I am really excited to showcase this game that has been turning heads, sparking the hype and blasting or opening the doors of innovation in the gaming world.
Uh,
This is the 77-bit. How are you feeling right now?
I can see that you are really excited. You are like,
Yeah,
but
I'm
this is because your heart is pumping
yeah.
because we have the best Web3 browser MMO game that we
For
are
sure.
gonna be showcasing real soon. I'm actually really excited. I just went home straight from Vietnam right here, right now, doing this live stream because I love you guys. I love all our folks from the 7 to 7
Oh,
bit
so that's the reason
community.
why you've already come back here in the PH. Oh, now
For
we get
real.
it. Now we get it. But yeah, shout out to everyone who's here, who's our early birds here on our stream and on our Discord as well. We are already almost 100 viewers on our socials and
Woo.
more than 30 members here on our Discord. So, guys, buckle up, power on, and let's crack and open the code behind 77-bit. And, boss, I think we already have a special guest here who will join us, one of the best
One of the
players.
best.
Yes, in Sylphie Academy. I think
Yeah,
you
for
are
sure.
the one who can introduce our speaker here.
He is not a stone. He is not a metal. He is not a water, but he is a wood.
Wood.
A wood.
Yeah.
Can you guess who our wood person is, guys?
Bro,
Who
that's
our wood person is?
that is so witty, boss. Ah. I
Okay,
didn't realize that one.
without further ado, the hardest wood in Sylphie Academy,
Let's
Eliwood.
go.
Hello, guys, GM. The hardest wood is here.
What's up? What's up? How's your wood, brother?
It's sleeping right now.
No, because he's taking care
Yeah, he's
a
taking
wood.
a rest
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he
Yes,
is
yes.
so pumped up. Because the wood gets hard when it's pumping, right? He is so pumped up playing this game. So,
Yeah.
Eliwood, what is the game that we are gonna be talking about? But guys, Wood is not the only guy who's our guest right now. We also have an amazing guest, but we're gonna be introducing him later. But Eliwood, introduce first yourself. What's your background? What is the game that we are gonna be playing for tonight?
Hello, guys. GM, my name is Eliwood, and I'm one of the players from Silpy Academy, one of the varsity, and I'm a competitive player, but I played most games like MMORPG and strategy game.
Oh, so that
Today we're gonna be playing and exploring the 77 beat.
yeah.
For reals, for reals. Sorry, I'm just laughing on all the comments in our comment section. Everyone's saying that it's not
Uh,
Eliwood, it's Ellis Wood.
wood.
What?
It's Ellis Wood. But again,
Okay.
this live stream is not going to be complete without our other guest. And that other guest is no other than the CEO and the founder of 77-bit. We have here Fanfaron. What's up, man? Welcome to the Inside Scoop.
Yo, what's up? Super excited to be here. And you guys are rocking the entire vibe around here. So I'm super excited to speak to you guys. And one of our top players as well. So it's gonna be a fun one.
Let's go. So, guys, if you have any questions, please drop it down on our Discord channel. Also, please start commenting on the socials. We are also going to be having multiple giveaways for tonight. We have 10 battle pass for the entire community who is going to be staying tuned. And we also have 20 loot box to give away to everyone. So, guys, that is a lot. That's going to give you
Bro, that one battle pass could power or boost your character a lot in this game. So you definitely wanna stay tuned on this giveaway.
All right. So moving on, and now we can already proceed with what the game is all about. So Fanfran, before we ask you like all those juicy questions, maybe can you give us like a short background, especially for people who haven't who doesn't know 77-bit yet, or how the story has begun for this game? Like, what is the background? What's the story? Why do you guys came up with this specific amazing game?
For sure. So I started this company in August 21. My background is I mean, this is my fourth business. I was a big gamer when I was a kid. And I've been in crypto since 2016. And then after selling my last company, I got super nostalgic, especially during COVID years, around the video games that I used to play when I was a kid. And so I was like, is there a way to create a video game and an MMORPG like back in the days, but integrate crypto into it? And so that's what I started doing in August. And yeah, we launched the demo, which was one of the first demo that was you know, fun in the entire space. We ran the entire whitelist in that regard, and then we onboarded better and better team members, and the direction completely changed with the Boromir, that I can call my co-founder at this point, and we brought up the game to a whole new level. So now it's been 3 years that we've been building this. We ran an alpha 1 year and a half ago, which was a big success. And now we're in the middle of the beta, which seems to be a big success as well.
Nice.
And the goal for the game is really to create the best browser game, to create a cyberpunk MMORPG on your browser that anybody can play anywhere. And I think
For
we have a
reals,
unique
for reals.
opportunity of creating something. I think we have a unique opportunity of creating something that has never been done before,
Yes.
either in crypto gaming or MMORPGs as well. So I'm super excited about what the future potentially holds.
Nice. Actually, we had an initial game night with the old 77
Yeah.
bit way last year, and the game right now is way different, is way more complete, and I'm actually really happy with all the things that happened in just a span of 1 year. And like what you have mentioned, Fanfa, I was I'm old. I played Adventure Quest in the browser. I've also tried RuneScape. There has always been like a dream for me to play like an MMO on the browser once again, and you guys are definitely nailing it. So Ellie, I know you have a follow up question for this one as well.
So speaking with the background of the game, I want to ask Fanfa about how about the background of the game, on how did he come up with the theme or the concept of the game, which is cyber futuristic like anime.
Ah,
Because that's the for me that's the theme, cyber futuristic anime.
yeah.
Yeah, so I've always been a fan of anime. Like the other thing that I love as much as video games is anime. Like I watch all possible animes, and so from the get go, when I decided to launch this, I wanted the theme to be anime. So we had actually one of the first PFP NFTs in anime way before Azuki, but we just were not the first to publish it to the market. But from the beginning, I wanted something with anime. The other thing that I like is the analogy to the new world. And so initially, I created the story that was then perfected by the game director. But the story initially was an analogy to um, today's consumption and entertainment, where everybody's you know, glued to their phone and nobody's living in reality and all that stuff. So the story that I created initially was really in this future world where the distinction between reality and the internet got merged into one another, and then the internet world collapsed into our dimension today, our reality, with cyborgs invading and pixel monsters, and then everybody got absorbed into pure entertainment with their VR headsets, and
Yeah.
uh, and so that was the team, right? That was the team. Then the story got perfected, but really the inspirations is because I fucking love anime. I love all the web classics, Matrix, Tron, and you know I don't think that there is an MMORPG that is cyberpunk, or maybe I missed it, but a big
Actually,
MMORPG that is
yeah.
cyberpunk. Is there?
No,
Maybe I'm
no,
wrong.
I haven't played any yet. The games that I played is usually under fantasy,
Yeah.
Exactly.
mecha robots, but no cyberpunk theme. It's usually just fantasy, legends, meets Chinese, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I thought it would be fun to have like a futuristic type of environment. But then, this got perfected to a whole new
Yep.
level with the depth of story that we didn't have back then, that
Yep.
Boromir brought up. And so now there's an actual story. We have an actual manga. There's a lot of depth to the lore itself. And so it's super exciting for sure.
Definitely, definitely. One thing that you have mentioned is that you are a fan of animes, right? And I think you're also a fan of like JRPGs. One thing that I realized when I was actually playing the game is that there are like the cutscenes that is like an anime like or a JRPG like. So it actually brought me like a lot of old memories.
Yeah, and this is something I love about Fanfa. I didn't know he's also a gamer as well. So this is something he could relate to all the gamers that 77-bit has. He could also like give something that players really want on how to play the game, and this is something also I realized that a cyberpunk type of MMORPG is a really unique type of game, and since this is a like a first time type of game, you couldn't even predict what's going to happen in their story as well, because if you're encountering a lot of adventures or like a fantasy type of
Yeah.
MMORPG, you could already predict what's going to happen. You're going to be saving a princess, or you're going to be just adventuring in this a dungeon. But yeah, a cyberpunk theme is definitely a very unique style, and I hope to see a lot of our lores as well, because
Yeah.
I'm a very fan of lore. Again,
Yeah,
I,
right.
I mean,
go.
just talking about lore on top of Cyberpunk, like you can see the depth of the jokes that we
Yep.
integrate into the
Yeah.
story, right? Like we have the
It is.
Pleasure Max
Yeah.
2000. Like Boromir has created such funny memes inside of the game. Like it's just awesome, and I think it brings a level of novelty to the
Yep.
genre
Yep.
that doesn't exist. So I love
Bro.
this,
For reals,
and the
man.
whole community is memeing. It's awesome.
This is one of the good thing about you guys. You guys are integrating like in real life happenings or things, and you are integrating into the game. That's why it's actually really relatable. Because even though it's a cyberpunk theme, that Pleasure Max 3000. That's really relatable, and people are gonna be memeing that one.
I was like, bro, why is there why is the thing in this game?
Maybe people now are wondering what's Pleasure Max 2000. So if
uh,
you want to know what's Pleasure Max 2000, you have to jump on right now to the game.
Yeah,
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 jump on the game, but don't jump on the Pleasure Max 2000. Don't.
No,
Just
Definitely,
don't.
definitely.
don't jump on the Pleasure Max
Don't jump.
2000.
Don't jump.
That's a no-no.
Fun fact, just a fun fact. To be honest, I was selling Pleasure Max 2000 way back 2017. That is my business.
yeah,
No way.
yeah.
What
This
was
is
it your
legit.
business?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is legit. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my store's name is called Toys in Us.
This is awesome. So this game was made for you. This joke was made for you.
But bro. If ever we can like have an own like an own piece of our lore as the Academy part of 77 bit, can we have Eliwood?
That's gonna be almost the same as Pleasure Max 2000, but
It's
it's
it's a it's a
from
wood
But
type.
it's
my
hard.
Yeah.
It's
name.
harder. It's
It's a wood
harder.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
Yeah,
wood.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
harder.
It's harder.
Oh my
Okay.
god. There's a
Kidding
lot of
aside. Kidding aside. Let's go back. Let's go back to that amazing game. So we have saw the commercial of 77 bit. Aside from the game just being an MMORPG, a browser MMORPG, we have seen that there is a lot of mini games like coming under the game. So what it was like the thought process on that one? Because
So,
majority of like the sorry, go. Go ahead.
so basically, initially, like the name previously was called Ragnarok Meta, and there was this
Mm.
idea in 2021 where this metaverse, right, of
Yep,
multiple
yep.
games and all that stuff. So initially, what I wanted the MMORPG to be was a collection of different games interacting with each other, right? And so I was thinking extremely big into what this could be. And so we started building other games on top of it and trying to integrate them into the story itself. But then
Ah,
things got
nice.
confused, right? Because the like we had so many like we created a hoverboard race game. We created 4 mini games on Unity, and we created those mini games that you see in the arcade. And then we were working on a yokai game, which is a pets battler. And we wanted to integrate all of these games together into a multiverse somehow, right? Then as things got very diluted and we were losing a lot of focus, we restrained the development of a lot of these games, but decided to integrate the 4 arcade games uh, into the game itself. So that's why inside of the MMORPG there's different layers of depth, and we thought that to target different users, to target different players on what they like to do, we need to integrate as many different things, different activities as possible. So that's why we have right now
Nice.
the arcade games.
yeah. I remember Dada here. Shout out to Dada. She's actually doing a game night in wait. Did you guys like still doing a game night with your Discord or
You can
your
do it, Bibs. You
community?
can do it.
Yeah, I just want to ask if Dada is already is still hosting a game night with the 77 bit.
I'm not sure. I think
Yeah,
she has a lot of
because
activities being
because
done.
I remembered when back in the days, Dada is an active member of the 77 bit, and she
Oh,
hosting
she's
a lot
extremely
of
active.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's hosting a lot of game nights in there, and with the integration of the mini games with this game, we are gonna be seeing a lot of game nights for sure in your community, and it's gonna be a massive event for sure.
Yeah. I think we already had a few game nights
Yeah,
with the arcade games.
I was there. I was
Uh,
there.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think Dada has a lot planned. Like she's extremely hardworking and she's passionate about what she does. Like really admire what she's been doing with the community.
Nice, for sure. And as we all know, one of the most crucial or important thing for a Web3 game is actually having like a tight community. And from what I've seen, 77 Beat actually has a really strong community, a really strong supporter. You can see people on Discord, even on Twitter, they have all their PFEs. They have showing all their love and support for 77 bit, and this is really justified with the quality of the game that we are having, and that they are trying to deliver for everyone else. So,
You know,
Fanta,
I
just
think,
sure.
I just want to say something about the community. One thing about our community that is very unique, I don't think it's just about the strength of the game. I
Yep,
think it's because we went through so much high and lows for the last 3 years, right? And so the people that stayed with us during the bear markets
yep,
and during the FUD and during, you know how projects are in crypto.
yep,
But the
for
people
sure.
that really stayed with us are like they're the core of of the community, right? They're the legends. They bought a lot of NFTs during the bear market, and they saw that the team loved the project, and we asked their help all the time, their advice all the time, and uh, and so they saw that we were relentless, and so at the same time they were relentless as well, and so they kept having faith when nobody else were having faith,
Yep,
and that's what I really admire about them, and that's why right now, when we have a game that is live, there's like we're like a family now with the core members. We're like a family, and so they're out here heavily supporting because they've been with us through hell, right? And so a really impressive community that we've been.
for reals, and that is like a really amazing story. Even from us of the academy, we started during on the bear market. We started building with 5 people. Right now, we have been growing into thousands, and we have active members on our Discord channel. And like what you have mentioned, the ups and downs during the bear market, it made everyone strong. You can really see people who really believe on what you guys are building, and they are probably gonna be like the cornerstone motivation for you guys to just really deliver the projects for them. For sure.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah, I think
Go, Bibs.
no, no, no. If you, I think Eliwood here is. I think we can now proceed on our next question here. So, Eliwood, do you have any other questions? I know you have a lot, bro.
Speaking of questions, I also just want to ask to Fanfa about the class in game. So this is an in-game question. So do you think Fanfa as this is a like a head question? Can Sentinels a class in the game, can they be like really be useful when the party system is integrated?
yeah, I think the way that Boromir has assembled the three main classes, the three base classes, is really for them to work together as a party in fighting
Yep, yep,
together, whether in dungeons or in the wild. Like you can see that some areas of the dungeons are only accessible to certain classes versus others. And so the entire game design is supposed to work with these classes working together. So Sentinel, even though there's a few bugs, and right now it's the weakest class of the game, but in a party is extremely
yep,
useful.
Yeah,
So
the
yes,
reason
ultimately
I
in the as an MMORPG, right?
yep.
yeah, yeah.
This class is extremely useful.
So the reason I asked this because is me myself is actually a sentinel,
Ooh.
and I'm actually planning to switch a class when the game is or the game is released. But I'm now thinking again to stick up with the sentinels because I think it's gonna be useful, especially when I'm gonna be playing with my buddies in Silver
Wow.
Academy.
So
Well,
you're predicting that most players will recruit you, and then
for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
for
for
uh,
sure.
sure. A sentinel is gonna be important.
Yeah, Eliwood. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I think this is the meta, and this is the deception. Everyone is gonna think that Sentinel's class is gonna be useless. Everyone's gonna be
Yeah, I think.
switching to DPS class, right? But
Yeah,
when the
you know,
party
I'm.
system is there, when the party system is there, everyone will need you.
for,
Definitely.
for sure.
Yeah, I think I think when you think about things, we launched the game without extremely
Yep.
balancing all the classes together. So there's a lot of things that are not working the way they should work, right? I know
Yep.
there's a few skills that are bugged in the Sentinels, and I know that the R&B attacks are also bugged and not working the way they should be.
Yep.
Plus, the Technomancer is way too OP compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
So there will be a lot of balancing
Yep.
being done for the full game release. And yeah, I think Sentinels is going to be one of the strongest classes. That's for sure.
Whoa, you heard
Yeah.
it first here, guys. Don't switch over. Don't switch over because they are gonna be buffing the Sentinels class. And this is also going to be partly related to the question since we are already talking about like when it is over, when like the beta is over. So there is one specific question here from Igoy, one of our top grinders or top players here in our server is asking up until when can they continue grinding before the beta stops again and before we actually see the official release soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see right now that in the last 2 days, we've been trying to expand a lot of users, right? Like in the
Mhm.
last 2 days, we opened up users a ton, and so right now what we're doing until I think tomorrow is that we're testing what are the limits of the number
Yep.
of users that can actually play the game, right? So we buffed up today, and so we're trying to analyze it. As soon as we analyze it, I think we'll have the final answer tomorrow. As soon as we have the final answer tomorrow, so maybe it's 30,000, maybe it's 50,000, maybe it's 100,000 people that can play the game. And as soon as we have the answer, I will know exactly when I can put an end date to the beta because we were supposed to open up to noobs and everything 10 days ago. We didn't because there was too much bugs, too much rubber banding, and so on. And so now that we will know tomorrow how many people, I will know exactly how much time we will add to the beta because there's two major events coming up. So there is a big event coming up next week that I'm not going to speak about right now, but
No.
there's something happening. Battle pass holders will get an advantage, that's for sure. So if you have a battle pass, you'll get something for free. Uh, Anyways, I'm not going to speak more about this, but so next week something is
Advice leaking
happening,
everything.
and
We're
as
almost
soon as as we know how many people, there's something else happening that we're in negotiation with that I'm not going to speak about. And as soon that's done, right, I'll know the end date of the beta. But most likely, it will be not next week, but the week afterwards.
Uh,
I love how Fanfa censors everything that, but it's still he's still
I-
kind of leaking an info, right? Bro,
it's
eh,
it's an art of communication.
yeah,
I'm, a, I'm
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for Fanfa to sleep out what's he's gonna give to the battle pass holder. Because me myself is a battle pass holder, and
Yeah,
I know also Bibs, you have one, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I also do have one. Yeah, and Fanfa stated here that players right now are still need to grind their way, right? And guys, for our new viewers here, welcome to the stream. And guys, you can now already play the game, but you still need to have at least 500 bytes if I'm not mistaken. And thanks to Fanfa, he opened the
he opened the
server.
gate.
Yeah, he opened the gates for
Open
all
the
the noobs.
gates.
Yeah,
Trying,
for our
trying,
players right
trying.
here. And if you didn't know how to like earn bytes, you just need to go to their website and then just like input or complete their missions right there, and then participating on some missions, clicking some buttons, and then you are there you go. You already have a 500 bytes and you can now play the game. And this is something that a question from Ased. I think he's asking since he's a new type of player here, and he's also one of the players that didn't have the battle pass, didn't have an NFT. He's like a pure free to play player here. His question is it too late to start the game now compared to those player like who got the battle pass earlier? Like, can this is something I could ask about the Darknet. Do you think in a
Yeah.
matter of like 10 days, could the free-to-play players can still achieve the Darknet even though they play the game tonight? Yeah.
Yeah. So the and that's why I don't want to speak about the end dates of the beta because
Oh yeah.
the way that we're planning about the last week of the beta is to buff everything up. So so
Oh.
basically the pixels that you will be able to earn during the last week and so on are going to be buffed. So there's a lot of things that will come for the last week of the beta that we're trying to plan right now, right? But we first need to know how many players we got. And so what I can say for sure is that anybody entering the game before the last week, which is right now, there's more than a week of gameplay to come, have a
Mhm.
chance at the top 5,000.
Dang. Yeah,
Anybody.
wow.
Obviously, I don't think that you'll be able to reach first. There's
Yeah.
absolutely no chance, no
Yeah.
chance. But you have a shot at getting in the top 5,000.
Bro, I think I've seen the number one player. I think you retweeted it. I think he has a
Yeah,
lot of points right there. Is that a 69 million or something like that?
69
yeah.
69
No,
million.
no,
million.
no, no. He
Yeah.
has
Yeah,
six.
it's
He
something
has
like that,
six.
that score. And imagine, I think
So
Eliwood
he has
here has
16.
yeah,
He has
16.
16 millions.
16
But
million.
I think
16 million.
I think right now probably he has like 20 maybe because
Uh,
right now from the
That's a
darknet
lot.
the best yeah right
Yeah.
now from the darknet the best players I think they get 1 million bytes a day approximately.
Wow. So that's like
Or a
their
bit
daily
less.
grind right there.
Yeah, a bit
Mm.
less. But the best players with the highest boosts and everything, I think they're getting yeah a little bit
Wow.
under 700, 800,000 maybe bytes a day. Um, the best like that's the top 50.
Bro, I can even get a 100K per day. How do they do that?
So,
How
for
do
real,
they even do that, bro?
for
so
reals,
They
fun.
have
man.
like how much boost do you have?
I think I have a 5.05 X boost, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So
Yeah.
those players have 14x boosts. So they already have like three times more boost than you.
Oh my god, 3 times.
Yeah.
So
So
they are
three
like
times.
holding a lot of NFTs. They invited a
Yeah,
lot of
they
players.
hold 42 NFTs, for example.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the number one
That's
player,
a lot.
so just for you to know, the number one player is the
Yeah.
biggest whale of the projects as well. He hold, I think, 400
Oh,
Yeah.
NFTs.
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's too
Wow.
much.
Bro,
Yeah, that's a lot. Like
I'm
we
getting
need to
some
favor the
VIP.
yeah. So yeah, the biggest players like in the top 10, they're all NFT holders.
For sure, for sure.
Definitely.
And this is an
So,
MMO game, so I'm actually quite used to really seeing super whales, like the
Yeah.
biggest of them all. And as an MMO guy myself, it's already been like part of the system. It
Yeah,
is
exactly.
there. It's the
It is
culture.
there. It is there.
Yeah,
There's people like we have people that are
yeah,
spending that are spending thousands of dollars in the
yep,
game.
yep,
It's it's not a pay to
yes,
win, sorry. But if you spend $1,000 on trying to get the better equipment, you have a better chance, right?
for sure, man. And
so
guys, don't hate the people who whales out, because they are also one of the reasons why we can enjoy the game for free.
yes,
Exactly.
So
yes, exactly. So speaking of the boost, we mentioned one thing that can boost your multiplier is the NFT. So this question is for the new players that is watching right now. I already know this, but I want to ask, what are the things that can help boost your bytes?
Oh.
So there's a few things, right? To limit that, the biggest thing that you can unlock right now to boost your bytes is one NFT. Like if you get one NFT, you boost your bytes very easily. Like you get a 1.5 boost. I think everybody that has been doing the basics all have 4 or 5x boost. Everybody. I think if you want to unlock more boosts, there's two things. There's the battle pass that unlocks you 3.5 times boost at the end of the battle pass. versus 2, I think, for the free one. So you get like 1.5 extra boost, and then the NFT itself. So just by buying the battle pass and buying an NFT, you get 3 times. You get 3x on top. So
Yep.
you go from 5 to 8 straight away.
Nice.
Dang. So NFTs has a lot of multiplayers right there. Yeah.
So we still kept it very
Mm.
fair, right?
Yep, yep.
Because a lot of NFT holders told us, why don't you do a multiplier that scales with the NFTs, right?
Yep.
Because for somebody that has 42 NFTs, he doesn't have 42 times more boost,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Mm.
He has, I think, if I'm correct, I think he has like 3 times, 3x or 3.5x instead of 1.5 for one that has one. So we really tamed down a lot, and this was to try to make it fair for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, for sure, everyone who actually have invested like time, money, and effort into the project is definitely they should have like the leverage of having more multipliers and having more chance in order to gain more points, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
just really the fair play and the fair way on how to do things, and the guys here are actually doing it right. One thing that I really commend about Fanfaron and the team is that they open the gates to everyone, even though that they know that it could actually break the server. This is actually a really good strategy. Even I can relate it back on how Axie did it way back on their early days when the game is actually unplayable. Everything is black screen and all. It forced them to actually upgrade the servers, optimize the game in order to get more players in, right? And now the surge that we are seeing for 77-bit is just the start. This is just a small number. 50,000 is a small number for an MMO game, and I know and I have a big faith that the game can actually reach hundred thousands or even millions of people. And this is just a start of them knowing on how to solve these issues right away. So just
I
really
think I
happy,
think
yeah.
just for you to know, like we have around 1 million accounts that were created on GitHub.
Nice.
So I'm not saying we have 1 million users, right? Because some people have created multiple accounts, there's
Yep, for
bots
sure.
and all that
Yes.
stuff. But like for sure, right now we
Mm-mm.
have a few 100,000 users that want to play. Right? So a lot of them, that couldn't play back then,
Mm-mm.
kind of dialed back because we limited access for too long. But people want to play the game. A lot of people are super excited, and there's a few 100,000s of them. So I'm
For,
excited at the level when one day maybe we will be able to host that kind of users. But the ultimate vision, I think this game, like if we get there, like if that's a big if, right? If
Yeah.
we get to the full game launch,
yep.
I think we can reach millions of players easily.
For reals.
We
For
have a
reals.
game that is
Yeah.
very easy to play, accessible for anybody. It's very fun, very addictive. There's everything that everybody loves. There's action. There's gacha. There's reforges that rugs everybody. It's really a lot of fun. I think it could be a breakthrough if we make it there.
Yeah, definitely. Me myself is a proof to that because every time I check the Discord from the past few days, uh, free to play players are always asking when will the game will be open to the non battle pass
To the
holders.
public, yeah.
Yeah, to the public. And every day they are asking. It's the most frequently asked questions in the Discord.
When open the gates? When open the gates? Yeah, something like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wait. Since you've already mentioned the public face, yeah, or the opening of the gates, yeah, and I think we can now proceed on the conversion of the points that we've collected. I know I've researched something about this one. Okay, so maybe this is something that is connected to my question. So we know that pixels is the one that we can gather in the game, and then it will convert into bytes, and then it will turn into bits, and then it will turn into something, or it could boost us on the next season. But this is something I really want to ask is the points here, or is the after the bits, is this something related to the quantum course itself, or there is
It
something
is.
behind the
It
quantum?
is. So it is related to the quantum core. So
Wow.
basically, what happens is that the bytes that you're collecting right now, not the
Yep.
bits, the bytes
Yep.
that you're collecting right now, they can be converted to something that is very interesting if you have the quantum core. So the quantum
Oh.
core will enable you to convert those bytes to something extremely interesting. Um, and on top of this, like the quantum core will enable you two other things. So whatever the mint price is of the quantum core NFT, you will get that money back in hard currency for the game. So, for example, if it's $300 or whatever it is,
Mhm.
you will get back $300 in hard currency. So basically, you're minted for free, right? Because all that money, you will get it back inside of the game. But on top of this, you also have a free land that has the
The
lands will be the
the
yeah, the lands will be where
We're
the lands
waiting for
will
the
be
link, bro.
yeah, no, I'm trying to be very careful with my
Yeah,
words.
Anton was like
Yeah,
word per word.
yeah, okay.
Uh,
Uh, my clip is ready right here. Hey.
but yeah, the land will enable you to gather a lot of resources, and this is where the main resources of the game will come from. So the more lands you have, whenever we launch them, so each quantum core will have one land NFT. The land NFT will not be soul bound, so it will be an NFT that can be traded, sold, whatever it is,
Yep.
and it will enable you and others to mine resources from the land. So we tried so right now you can already mine some
Yep.
resources very light in the game. So we tried to see, you know, how players behave, but the mining, fishing, and all that kind of resources gathering will be a key part of the full launch of the game.
The
So the
land.
lands will be a key part of the launch of the game. So and because we will not have hundred thousands of lands, the lands will be extremely limited. So
Nice.
the only way that you have for you to get the land right now is the quantum core. Nothing else.
I have one question there, Fanfa.
Mhm.
Is there like a way for you guys to like prevent someone from like monopolizing or like taking control of all like the land assets if it's really that limited? Like there's like a possibility that a certain individual or a certain group can just really control all of the lands, right? And we haven't like we don't know yet like the exact utility of the land and how game breaking it could be. So I was
Yeah.
wondering that on an MMO perspective.
Yeah. So what we're doing, and this is why the quantum core is soul bound,
Mm-mm.
because the mechanics of what's
Ah,
inside are not fully ready yet. We don't want people to be able to sell them
nice.
because what's inside the lands, for example, or the other thing is not fully integrated into the ecosystem yet, right? And because of that, the price can dump right now,
Mm-mm.
and people can gather a lot of these quantum cores, and we don't want that. We still want one quantum core per top 5,000 per person, right? But when those mechanics are ready, this is exactly when what's inside is going to be tradable. So the quantum core itself, the object, the container, is not tradable, but is tradable. So basically, we would need to first implement those mechanics, launch those campaigns so that people see the actual value of what's inside. And then at that point, we can let the market decide, right?
Yep.
Dang.
So there you go, guys. That's Fanfa just gave you the reason to grind right now, to start
Yeah,
right now,
for
and
sure.
become the five
Five
top
top
five
5,000.
thousand
5,000. Yeah.
who will receive the land and the quantum core.
You know,
Yeah.
there's
And
something, I just want to add something, right? Because our NFT holders right now, they are the reason why we are here. So the NFTs themselves, the characters themselves, they will receive also something else, right?
yep.
But I think that the quantum core, for somebody that doesn't want to, because there's two different types of people, right? You have the gamers, the actual gamers, and then you have people that just want to buy and collect assets, NFTs, right? So the reason why we're not airdropping the Quantum Core, for example, or what's inside to the NFT holders is because all the NFT holders that are also players are already in the top 5,000.
Yeah.
So basically, you have two types of people. You just have people that just want to buy the NFTs and that's it, collect them or whatever they want to do with them. But then you have NFT buyers that also are passionate
Yep.
players. And this is the people to whom we need to give the most rewards.
Yep. Yep.
Dang.
So this is why the lands and everything is going to go to the Quantum Core because those 5,000 people, they're proving that they're actually loving the game and they have
Yep.
skills versus just waiting.
For
So
reals,
there's
man.
different profiles and different rewards.
Yeah.
And the passive NFTs, they will get rewards as well, but different kind of rewards.
So
For
speak-
reals, because people who actually started playing the game, even when they already have like the NFTs and like the guaranteed monetary reward, you know that they are just really playing the game to be like the best of the game. But
Exactly.
if someone is just holding the NFT without moving a finger onto the game, it feels like they are waiting for the perfect time to actually TP out or probably extract. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen, but it's one of like the things that you are gonna be thinking first when you see like that kind of mentality or that kind of movement.
Yeah, and it's fine. Like everybody's free
Yeah.
to do whatever they want, but we need to reward each type of assets to the right
real.
person. Like the distribution of assets is key. Because if you distribute, let's say you distribute a land to someone that didn't even play the game, but they hold your NFT. Do you think they'll even understand what the land is?
Yep.
Do you think they'll understand what the mechanic is? No, they don't care. They don't care. So what they do is that they will dump that land instantly.
Yes.
But you don't want the land to go to people that don't care about the land.
Yep.
You want the land to go into the hands of people that actually care about the game, care about the mechanics. And like right now, I think we have 1,000 NFT holders that are playing the game. So you have 40% of all our holders are playing the game. And those are the people that you want to reward the most.
Yep.
I'm not saying that the 60 other percent that don't play or whatever will not get rewarded, right? They will get
Yeah.
rewarded, just in a different way. Because they don't care about what's inside of the game anyways. They care about other things.
Yep. There you go, guys. So that's the reason why you should grind this game right now. And there's a lot of benefits or there's a lot of rewards coming for you once you play the game, once you experience the game itself. And you who's watching this game, this event right now, if you're holding an NFT and didn't play the game, what are you doing right now?
Nah, I don't
Your
think
NFT is
I don't think
leaking.
anybody.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
just
think
kidding. I'm
there's
just kidding.
anybody watching this. No, I don't think there's anybody watching this show as an NFT that didn't play the game.
Yeah,
No way.
for sure, for sure.
No way.
And yeah, definitely you should grind this game way up. And Eliwood, I think you have a question right here. Go ahead.
Yeah, speaking of the top 5,000, I don't know if I should ask this, but
Wait. If you don't think you should ask this,
Why?
are you sure that you're
I'm,
gonna ask
I'm
it?
I'm asking this for the community because I
Ah.
want them
okay.
to have an idea.
Oh, all right, all right, all right.
Speaking of the top 5,000, me myself is planning to position myself into the 2 million bytes.
Mm.
That's my target. So my question is for the community: what do you think they should grind for them to reach the top 5,000? And what is their because there's no leaderboard, right? What is their marker to know that they are in the top 5,000? So that's the
Yeah,
question for the
so
community.
it's very simple. If you want to know if you're in the top 5,000 or not, you just see on your profile picture and BitHub if your profile picture is on fire or not. That's it. If it's on fire, you're in the top 5,000. If it's not on fire, you're not in the top 5,000.
You should grind more.
And yeah, 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 a little bit, yeah.
So right now, I think I'm safe. My profile
Wow.
is on fire right
Eliwood
now.
is flexing his score, ah.
I'm safe too. I'm safe too.
Let me check. Let me check.
How about you, Bibs? Bibs is scared.
Wait. Let me check. I'm just logging in on my account right now.
But you know,
Uh,
this is why we did not want to have a leaderboard, right?
yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
makes people on edge.
Oh yeah.
They don't know where it is. They don't know if they're at the bottom, they're at the top. They don't know who's gonna overcome them. And so it's a game of chicken. Who's
Yes.
the
Yeah.
first? Who's the first to leave?
Bro.
So
The
I
last
think it
time
was fun.
the last time we played something with the leaderboard, we have community members literally on our Discord channel not sleeping
Yeah.
for the entire month.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bien and
Egoy.
Ego here. And they are already in the top 5,000 right here.
Yeah.
So congrats to
Nice.
them. All
Yeah.
right.
I think the fact of not knowing is more interesting than the fact of
Yeah,
knowing,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that's why we didn't do the leaderboard. But
Because
yeah, it's fun.
the beauty of like the mystery leaderboard is that you continue to play because you just really enjoy the play and you really just want to grind it out. Grind as much content as possible up until whichever is the end game for the current beta phase. Just in order for you during the launch to have like that leverage over all the new players. You already know like the best practices, what's the farming spots, what do you need to do? Do you use the pleasure marks or something? So something like that.
Wait.
Yeah.
I just want to ask, or this is already in the game. What's the use of the pleasure max? And I think there's
It's
a
a
two.
weapon, right?
Wait, I know there's a two items
No,
that
no,
I
no.
cannot use: the fish and then
So
the pleasure max.
yeah, so the pleasure max is a fun item right now, but
Mm.
there was discussions with the legends, which are the core community members, to make that a special weapon, and
Oh,
we might even do like a yeah. So we might make it a special weapon. So we spoke about it with Boromir, and the
It's
pleasure
gonna be
max
crazy.
2000 might even have an evolution.
Oh,
yeah.
wait.
bro,
I sell
ima-
those things.
Uh,
I sell those
okay.
things.
bro, imagine hitting your enemy like,
Bro, the upgraded version has a motor. It does like this automatically,
yeah.
right?
Automatically, exactly.
The automatic version of Pleasure Max 2000
The
is crazy.
No.
Pleasure Max 2000 is plus 10 penetration. The upgraded
Wow.
is plus 20 penetration. And it
Yeah.
goes through the defense of
Yeah,
your
yeah.
opponent.
That's the buff.
More damage to female characters.
Bro, imagine hitting your enemy with like a random pleasure mark, like something like that. Bro.
Imagine hitting the robot with the Pleasure Max 2000. There's gonna be a big robot and you're hitting it with Pleasure Max 2000. It's gonna be crazy.
And then since this is a anime type, there's like a blush thing.
Stop. You're giving Panfa some
Some
ideas.
ideas.
He's gonna
You
he's
guys,
No,
gonna
no, no,
implement
you
no,
some
guys are
tentacles.
crazy. You guys are crazy.
Yeah. There you go.
All
Ah,
right. Just one question. This is just a really fun question from me, Fanfaron. If you are to implement something right now into the game, something really fun, what type of anything is it? Item, events, or what? What do you think?
I mean, the one thing that I really wanted to integrate, and it was a make or break when we spoke with the team like 4 or 5 months ago, and it's something that actually exists in the game right now.
Oh.
Is the PvP Battle Royale. I think the PvP Battle
Oh.
Royale is going to be one of the best and fun
yeah.
modes of the entire world. Like imagine, because right now, what happens? What is the story of this
For sure, for
MMORPG?
sure.
You go into the open world, you level up, you try to gather gear, and then there's two end game contents. There's the Darknet, which is supposed to be infinite, and then there's the Battle Royale. And so all of these gears that you assemble and all those things is really to compete in those two end game contents. So Battle Royale is really, I think, something that will make everything even better. That's the first thing. And I think the second thing that is extremely key is the global market. the trade between players, we have it ready. Like
Nice.
the features, everything is ready. Like I even tested it and everything. Like the reason why we disabled it for the beta,
Yep.
among other reasons, is that we were afraid of people that are trying to sibyl multiple accounts and trying to exchange those items and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Yes, that's
So we
gonna be a
tried to
problem.
limit that feature. But I think a public market. Once you integrate crypto elements into it, NFTs, tokens, and everything, I think it will be extremely important.
I'm thinking of like the system. Pantheron didn't mention that it's gonna be like P2P, like how people trade in way back, right? Like you can
So
trade
right
their
now,
items.
the way it works in the game is that it's P2P. So you right click
Oh,
on a
it's
user.
P2P right now.
Yeah, you right click on a user and then you select whatever you want to exchange, and so you exchange it. So it's bartering. It's not really like right
Mm,
now in the game features that we don't have a global marketplace.
nice,
So right now it's purely P2P, purely bartering. I
nice.
saw a lot of requests for a marketplace, a public
Mm-mm.
marketplace, and I think it can be super interesting as well. But right now, what exists is purely player to player.
Nice. As
Nice.
an MMO gamer myself, there are like different pros and cons in how you guys implement like the trading system. Like a direct P2P could have some abuse from some people. They can actually create multiple accounts, try to farm all at the same time. But at the same time, for the global marketplace or a global trade, people are manipulating the economy, in-game economy. So there's like the pros and cons, and there's really no solution to humans are gonna be like finding all the things that they can do in order to have like that small window of advantage to just really
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
the
To be a
money
paldo. Yeah.
yeah,
To be a
for the
paldo.
game, for real.
Yeah. Guys, if you have some questions here on fan power and the game itself, feel free to chat here on our event chat, and shout outs to our viewers here on our social. So we are on the more than 570 members here who's watching right now on our socials, and more than 40 members here on Discord. So guys, shout outs to all of you, and we hope that you really enjoy the inside scoop featuring the 77-bit here. And yeah, Eliwood, do you have any other questions that you prepared here? Or maybe, wait, this is something, a really interesting question. This is asked by Aaron. Is there something
Yeah,
or
I
items
was gonna ask
that
that.
you
Yeah.
can keep from the open beta, like skins or packs itself, or the weapon that they crafted really hard? Or is it going to be like dissolve after the beta ends?
Yeah. So what we said in the multiple disclaimers, and we repeated everything every time, is that all items, all progress will be wiped, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because everything will be wiped, but everything that you have spent will be offset if and when we launch the full game, right? So don't worry about what you spent. That's for sure. But yeah, the items and everything. I know that there's a lot of people that have grinded to get that +5 weapons, and we have something special reserved for them. There's not a lot of +5 weapons right now in the game, and so because of all the failed reforges and everything. So there's a few things that we reserve a special surprise for, but that will come later on. But otherwise, yeah, everything else will be wiped, and you will start from zero.
So maybe it's a good strategy since the weapons and the items are gonna be wiped out. It's a good strategy for it to sell them and convert all of them into bytes.
Yes. By the end of the beta,
Ooh.
I would advise everybody to sell everything that they have, besides maybe if they don't want to sell their super rare weapons, because there's a few people that have some super rare weapons.
I've seen a lot,
And
but
so
I've seen a
maybe,
lot of players who wasted a lot of a lot of things just to
but that
convert a weapon to a better one.
Yeah, me
exactly, but
myself.
that's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of people that have
Yep.
+5 weapons because
Yeah.
of the reforge system that we have. It makes those weapons extremely rare. So
Yep.
imagine the day when those weapons are NFTs,
Yep.
right?
Oh.
How highly valuable thing they will be in the marketplace.
Damn.
Yeah.
I asked last time I asked one of the players if they wanted to sell their +4 weapons
No.
to try to even break it to +5. I think I offered them, it was what, 50 loot boxes or something like this. So it's worth $500, right? They all said no. They
No.
said no. So, and it's just a weapon for the beta, and it's not even an NFT. So
Yeah.
you can think that rare weapons as NFTs would be worth a lot of money.
For sure, for sure. I remember like back in the days, I'm an avid Ragnarok gamer. So when you refine items, it gets broken to eternity, right? And the thing here is that we have like that inside joke whenever we're doing refining. Because right now it's really toned down. Like the items get broken, you can repair it. Before, if you fail, that item is just gone for
Gone.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always say plus 15 or gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's surprisingly, this weapon reforge system that we have created is one of the most successful in the
It
game.
is.
It's what people want to do, right? They want to get that strong weapon, and so I think it's super cool.
And I think you just saw like guys, there's a lot of MMOs that I played in the Web3 series that is like having the hard time of thinking on how to burn things. This is guys the best way to burn like items or tokens or what like through reforging. People love reforging. I know
Yeah.
that there are people who live for refining things. They have their own rituals. Even me, I have like my own rituals. I need to break three items before I click one.
Oh, so that's your like routine or
Yeah,
like
that's my routine. If I don't do that, it gets broken.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are trying different things. I saw people clicking on cancel multiple times to
Yeah,
try to reforge it before.
yeah.
I saw people saying that I will try to break 3 weapons first or 4 weapons first, then I reforge my med weapon.
Yeah.
So everybody's having their own strategy and all that stuff, and it's super funny.
It's like casino. Like
A
when I
little
play
bit.
Baccarat, I have like that pattern, the dragon, the cockroach, the whatever. But it's all still in the odds. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
just
it's
me having
completely
my
in the
own belief.
odds. But what I think is super fun is that you see people being addicted to this behavior, even though it's free, right? There's no money. Like you don't pay to reforge, so it's all a free activity, but they fucking love it. Like it's free to reforge, it's free to fail. And then you go back and grind 2 more hours to
grind
try to
again, yeah.
reforge again. Exactly.
Oh my god.
So it's they're putting their time on the line. There's no money involved. And that's what I think is super interesting.
For sure. I remember one Christmas I cried. I was trying to do a refine on a different game, a Web 2 game. Just one more click, it's the max refine. It went down to the lowest refine. That
That
was the
must have
worst
hurt.
Christmas. That was the worst Christmas.
and then imagine FanFast the idea of that one and then integrate it on the on the
Bro,
next on the next on the next patch. Dang, bro.
the thing I love on what Fanfaron mentioned is that these are gonna be NFTs in the future.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and the reforge mechanics is the more risk you do is the higher
The value.
The higher reward.
value, right?
You
Yes.
got
And
you got
you don't get a second chance because that item will go into the stream.
That's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
I can imagine Tanpron like doing those events like click one more time, I'm gonna give you this.
Maybe we should do that sometime.
Yeah, we were gonna do it on our guild, like something. Okay, I'll give you $10 just to click that one with a 40% win rate, bro.
If you offer me that, Bibs, I'm not gonna accept it.
Weh,
No,
weh.
no.
Yeah, we're
Imagine,
we're gonna create a derivatives market with futures and everything around
imagine
trading,
a plus
reforges,
69
betting,
treasure box.
betting over the 25% reforge at T+5. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Parallel market.
Oh man, Tanpron, if you're gonna be implementing that, maybe people can actually predict if you are gonna be successful or
Succeed or
failing.
not,
Or not.
and then people
You're
would bet
fine.
on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then people would
It
bet
will
on
be,
it.
They will be
will.
That would
using
be
the
fun.
bytes in order to bet
That
on it. Man. Yeah.
yeah, I think this would be the biggest market in the
Yeah.
entire
It is.
entire game.
It's gonna be really
Every
fun to watch as
yeah.
well. Imagine tilting on stream. then then
I think
then
so.
if you have a successful, like you got a success, people are gonna say, okay, one more click or gay.
Yeah.
That's the meta, bro.
Yeah, I
Oh my
think
god,
it
I'm
would
having a lot of
definitely be
fun
a
here.
lot of fun. Yeah.
My tummy
Bro,
aches because I'm
just
laughing, bro.
just talking about the game and like the future implementation of the mechanics is just fun. Imagine you playing it also now. Guys, start playing now.
And
Yeah.
then,
And what's
yeah,
interesting is that people are having fun when it's a
It
beta
is.
and all of the items will be wiped. So
It is.
imagine when the full game launches, and then because right now you have five types of rarity, four types of rarity, but in
yeah,
the future
sorry.
there will be three more types of rarity that are higher, and all those three types, they're all NFT types. So right now, all the items that you're seeing, the weapons and everything, they're not NFTs and they will not
Okay.
be NFTs. It's the lowest rarity of
Okay.
those. Like we have seven rarities in total, and so the next three rarities, they're all NFT types for weapons, gears, everything.
Dang, you've heard it first here, guys. We are gonna be having a lot, another more rounds to grind, and we had a lot of things to wage in order to get that higher rarity, bro. We've been stressing out the +5 thing, but imagine it's so hard to get a very the highest rarity of
Yeah.
that weapon, and
So,
that
so,
would be
Yeah,
what's so fun
so
for
far,
sure.
what
I
is
think
like the Reforge Cup? Like, what's the highest that the
right
weapon
now
can get?
it's +5,
+5, yeah.
but I
Oh,
think,
+5.
but I think in the future we'll make it higher, not drastically higher, but we'll go higher than +5. And what we will do as well, because we heard a lot of people say, yeah, I got fucked like five times in a row at an 85% chance or whatever. What we will do in the full game launch is that we will have the RNG on chain. We're in
Okay.
discussion with proof of play,
Nice.
Yeah,
and so we'll
that.
have the RNG on chain, so it's transparent for everybody.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Actually, I played a lot of games where I thought I'm getting scammed. Having it on the chain and you see that the percentage is real, there's no
Yeah,
excuse. It's skill diff.
yeah, exactly.
Skill
Skill
tip.
issue. Skill
Skill
No
issue.
issue.
way.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my god.
god. All right. Maybe we're gonna proceed to I think this is our last question, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
the last
Maybe
question.
I will be choosing here on our X because someone asked. I think this is also a gamer here. Will we have an auto sort function in the
An auto
inventory?
what?
An
Auto
auto
sort.
sort. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the inventory. So I don't know about auto sorts, but I think the inventory can be improved by a lot because it's annoying to have those empty spaces and all that stuff.
Yep.
The stacking doesn't work properly. There's a lot of features that couldn't be implemented, and so the inventory needs to be reviewed because it's not practical at all.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
problem last time. Cause last time I have only 100 inventory, and my dungeon ticket is not stacking. So, uh,
Yeah.
and dungeon tickets I cannot trash them. So I go in and out on dungeons just to clear for
Those
some
tickets.
Yeah.
items. Oh, just
Yeah.
to clear those tickets for some items.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's
But
annoying.
they
It's
upgraded it. I
annoying,
think
and
it's now 500, right? It's
yeah,
the limit is
exactly.
500.
Yeah, but we're gonna upgrade the inventory system.
Oof.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, and after the beta, like if the beta is a success, if the quantum core is a success, all that kind of stuff, like there will be, I think, three main priorities for the full game launch. One is the weapon upgrade system. We're gonna push this to the limits.
Yep.
It's really the most favorite mechanic of everyone here. So we're gonna push this very hard to whole new levels compared to what exists today. The second thing is the combat system. The combat system is not as good as it was designed, and so I think we can improve this by 2-3 times easily. And then yeah, we'll also upgrade, the inventory. So these are the two main priorities, and then there's inventory. There's the quest system. That is, the quests are a bit. So beside the story itself, they're all quests that are go fetch quests. I think we can go in a lot more depth into the quest system. But yeah, the two most priorities is really weapon upgrades, inventory, combat. Like if we can manage to do this plus integrate the PvP Battle Royale and integrate the marketplace, I think it's going to be a banger.
For sure,
For
for
sure.
sure. I'm really excited about this. Silver Academy is actually an esports guild. We are getting on the ranks, winning championships for multiple games. And when I heard the PvP battle royale, just one question on this one: is this gonna be like a balance room, or is this gonna be like whatever your equipment is, you go inside that room with like all those advantages?
Like a red room.
So,
Yeah.
so what we want, so originally the way that the Battle Royale is designed right now is that people will keep their class in the Battle Royale.
Yep.
So you keep your class in the Battle Royale, but everybody starts at the same level,
Oh.
on at the same second, right? And then at one point into the Battle Royale, if you gather enough resources inside of the Battle Royale, you can call out your loadout. So you can prepare a loadout outside of the game, outside of the Battle Royale, like Call of Duty, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Mm-mm.
prepare a
Yes,
loadout
yes.
outside of the Battle Royale. And then as soon as you gather more resources, more coins inside of the Battle Royale, you can buy your loadout that you can call out. So the equipment would matter in the latest stages of the Battle Royale, but not at the beginning, because otherwise it's not fair. Right. And
I
then you
think
will find in the later stages of the Battle Royale other weapons that are super cool inside of the arena, so that it's more, there's more equilibrium between them.
With that info, right now I'm now starting to see the real value of being a sentinel.
Sentinel. Yeah.
So imagine being close to a technomancer and I'm just gonna shield up and they're not gonna be doing any damage to
Yeah,
me because
for
of my
sure.
first skill.
For reals, for reals. Ellie, just have some patience. Your time is going to shine soon, for
Yeah.
reals.
Your
Definitely,
time is gonna
definitely.
come. Your time is gonna come.
We're gonna be tagging Eliwood in our server for
Yeah.
sure. Ellie, come help us.
We need tank, we need
We need tank.
I really want the Ellie's wood weapon. But guys, it has been like we didn't even realize we're almost getting to the 2 hour mark. We have really enjoyed like this AMA. Fanfaron, again, thank you so much for sharing your time and like joining us, you yourself, and just sharing all the love about 77-bit. I would
Nah,
just
man,
yeah.
I appreciate you guys. Like, it shows that you have a lot of passion. You love the game, and you're having a lot of fun. So I'm very, very happy of having an awesome community like this. So thank you for having me. It's a real
Let's
pleasure.
go, let's go. Any last message or any last leaks to the community before we wrap things up?
I think the main thing is really, you still have time. You still have time. You still have like way enough time. If you want to compete, this is definitely not too late. So you can enter. You can start playing even today easily, and get better and get into the top 5,000. Get ready for the Quantum Core. Get ready for something cool happening next week. So yeah, I'm super excited about the future. I think we're at a crossroads of the future. I'm very excited to see this group.
Nice, nice. Really excited on what the future is in store for 77-bit. And I know that Sylphie Academy here is going to be one of the community that is going to be supporting you guys all throughout. So I am Sil, and thank you for having us for the show. And yeah, together with me is Bibs. Any last
Yeah.
message?
Thank you so much, guys, for watching, listening on our podcast. If you're listening in on our event for tonight, I hope you had a lot of fun there. And you can follow me on X. It's at Bibs the Explorer here. And how about you, Eliwood?
My only message is, what are you waiting for, guys? You need to jump on right now and start grinding the game.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, guys. And again, if you don't even realize what we are talking about, we are talking about the amazing game 77-bit. Start playing now. You are not yet late. It's still early. Start grinding and let's go and let's
Let's go. Let's
play
go.
Let's
this
go.
amazing
Let's
game.
go.
GG's. Let's
GG's,
go.
everyone.
GG's, GG's.
もう少し何そんなありえない
Eight strong. Together. サイバースペースのバディだ。Shall we begin your trek?
This way, darling. Memories are always worth saving to the cloud.